Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. This is a great event, a great reason to be here. It shows the success of what can happen when people come together and do something that for other people and for a great cause during a great tragic time through the COVID and all the difficulties we're having. And to come together and do something for other people is really a fantastic thing. It's been a fantastic thing for me to be a part of. And I think there's no better gift, given to us than each other. And we should take care of each other. And I wanted to introduce the people that make this possible. And one of them is Mark Casanova with Homeless Healthcare of Los Angeles.
Great, thanks, Tim. Great, well, welcome everybody. Mark Casanova, I'm the Executive Director of Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles. On behalf of the organization, welcome, and I'm so happy to be here. Mr. Rogers says it best. It's a wonderful beautiful day in the neighborhood, and that's what today is. We have a full agenda, so let me not delay. Thank you to Councilmember Curren Price and your staff for being here and joining us at this really historic gig for us. Along with inaugurating the facility with the new name, there's a wonderful fiesta downstairs with our clients. And it's big thanks to the folks that live in the building for letting us be here and join them. This is their home. This is their place. The fabulous artist Edith Kashishi, I'm going to say his name wrong. Edith Kashishian. He's creating a live mural right now, so please check that out. Edith is one of our former clients, wonderful friend to Homeless Healthcare. Additionally, we have Kush Simpson here, who's also done some art. He's a resident in the building. He's going to be saying a few words. And let me tell you a little bit about Homeless Healthcare. We've been around for more than 3 decades, providing really innovative outreach, harm reduction, behavioral health, and case management services. But what we really do is provide compassion and connection. Compassion and connection is what moves my staff to provide the many services we provide. Compassion and connection is what our clients get to assist them into moving from the streets to housing. Compassion and connection is what the residents get once they've moved in to maintain that housing and to thrive, to improve the quality of their life. And that's what we're all about. And pretty simple formula. And I think today for us just shows what compassion and connection can do to help people experiencing homelessness find housing. I want to thank our co-partner RMG. RMG has been in my life for many years now. Tim and I met several years ago. And our board of directors, Andy Guy, Stephanie Campos, Deb Drews from Drews Legal, our legal counsel. We've all been working together to get this project launched, and here we are. Beautiful building, wonderful clients. And I do want to thank you, Tim. Thank Heidi Roth and Mo, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Zawari, okay, there you go. And all the business partners at RMG. The housing model that Tim and RMG created is really innovative. It's a housing model utilizing private dollars to build affordable housing with the wraparound services of homeless health care. Our on-site services are plentiful: case management, crisis counseling, job placement, health, mental health, all the services that we can link people to. But it's a fabulous team we have, led by Valerie Garcia and Brittany Smith and Lizbeth Thompson and Larry Gray. My staff's the bomb, and so we really are happy that we've been able to merge and do what we do best. And we did it, Tim, so I'm really, really happy. Just give a big shout out to my staff for pulling this together, and I'm going to end without, today's inauguration of the Etta James commits Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles to work closely with RMG and SDS Capital Group to achieve the goal of constructing 25 permanent supportive housing projects that will bring housing to over 1,000 people by 2025. I look forward to working with you at Homeless Healthcare and with RMG and SDS Capital. So without further ado, let me introduce Debbie La Franchi, who can tell us about SDS Capital and the work we do.
Thanks so much, Mark, and for everyone coming here today. The Etta James Building, this is amazing. We're here to celebrate that 21 lives, 21 people living in this building, their lives have been transformed. I was just talking with one of them downstairs, and to hear in just a few months how his life has dramatically changed is just really exciting and what it's all about. But the celebration, I think, goes well beyond the 21 individuals. The real story is that this is just the first. This is just the prototype. It's the prototype that has led to a much, much larger vision and initiative for permanent supportive housing here in Los Angeles and across California. The prototype is, in reality, has turned into what will eventually become the 4 projects RMG self-funded to see that this model worked, and ultimately an additional 30 developments that the SDS Supportive Housing Fund will finance. So 34 projects total up and down California, predominantly here in Los Angeles. More than 1,800 people will have their lives transformed with this model. Etta James has special meaning to me. I know we all love her. How could you not? Her music is amazing. It just transports us all to different parts of our life when we remember where we heard those songs. And for me, our first dance at our wedding was At Last. And it was At Last because my boyfriend and I had been together for 10 years and we finally tied the knot. So At Last was very symbolic of, waiting for something you really wanted for so long, and at last it has come along. I think At Last is really about this prototype here, the Etta James Building, because at last there is a permanent supportive housing model that is producing on a per unit basis a cost that is a fraction of what everybody else is doing. $200,000 per unit compared to 500, 600, 700,000 because of the model RMG has put together. Nobody's doing this. It's really amazing. At last, we have a model that from the time RMG sends us the underwriting package for a project, we can close in 60 days. And over the next 20 months, construction and tenants in 2 months after, 24 months from financing to tenants being in the building, compared to 5 to 7 years for the typical supportive housing project, because there's only one source of capital needed, and it's all private sector money, $130 million in the SDS Supportive Housing Fund, all available to RMG because this model is so successful that it needed special attention to grow it. And finally, at last, is the model is scaled. It's not going to be just 5 or 6 or 7 projects over the next 7 years. It's going to be a total of 34 projects impacting 1,800 individuals and changing their lives and creating a new paradigm for others to look at. How do we do this more cost effectively? And this model doesn't require any taxpayer dollars for land or construction. That is also very unique to this model. SDS Capital Group, we could not be more proud about being a partner in this very, very needed initiative. I'm an Angelino. I've been here since college, and we all see it every single day. We see the tragic lives, people living on the streets. I couldn't be more proud to be part of something that's just really making the difference and hopefully creating a more scalable, cost-effective model for us. This model is built upon the development acumen of RMG in cracking this nut on how to get a $200,000 unit built. This model is built upon the critical case management services and support that Homeless Healthcare LA is so excellent at providing to the tenants so they can rebuild their lives. This model is built upon the support of the public sector and officials, and thank you, Councilman Curren Price, for your support. It enables us to do more faster, better, and cheaper, so thank you. And with the SDS Capital Fund, we hope that we just continue to be a very supportive partner to this model so we can do what needs to happen here in Los Angeles and make this a solution that really makes a difference. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
I want to introduce Curren Price. Come on up.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And welcome to the Etta James. That has a nice ring to it, huh? The Etta James. Yeah, let's give Etta a hand. Gee Willikers, in her absence here. And just welcome to the new ninth. And so we're just excited to welcome you to another positive, progressive program that we're supporting. That's really going to be changing the lives of individuals and our community. And I think it's significant that we are here with a very unique partnership, a unique and powerful partnership. RMG Housing, who you've heard of and heard from, and who has a growing history and track record of service in our community. We're very proud of that. SDS Capital. Again, nothing happens without the capital. And so we found a way to provide the financial resources that are so important in making projects like this happen. And the third leg, of course, is the Homeless Health Care LA, who you have heard from, again, who's got a commitment, a dedication, a history, a track record, a proven track record of serving our community. And so we appreciate this unique collaboration, wouldn't you say? RMG, SDS, and the Capital Group and the Homeless Health Care. That's a unique combination. That's a combination that works, and so we're very, very proud. Let me also, though, just give a shout out to the LA Urban Farms, who again are creating a real unique atmosphere here. Our artists, who you're going to be hearing from in a minute, and the residents that are here. Let's give them a hand, because they are making it possible. But I think this is just a wonderful way to pay homage to the unparalleled legacy of the great Etta James right here on Central Avenue. It's an important Central Vernon corridor. Of course, we recognized a year or so ago Dolphins of Hollywood right around the corner here on Vernon and Central. I grew up not too far on Vernon and Normandy, as a matter of fact, right down the road here, Normandy Avenue Elementary School and such. But it's an important corridor for history, for commerce, and for the arts. But Etta James was a giant who struggled with personal challenges, and she faced them head on. And again, that's what helps to, I think, define greatness. It certainly reflects the unique spirit of this project. And let nothing stand in her way to achieving greatness. And again, this is a message of hope and healing that I think we can carry on with the residents who are here, that nothing is impossible for them to achieve. The city's current housing and homelessness crisis has been and is going to continue to be a top priority for my office. We just can't get around it. And if we're serious about really impacting the lives of our community, we have to face it. Within our efforts, I've authorized over $69 million of city funds to go towards building nearly 2,700 affordable housing units. Additionally, in addition to that, I've approved over $68 million in HHH homeless housing funding for projects in CD9. And again, I don't want all of the projects to be in CD9, but I'm proud that the ones that are here are providing the kinds of services and are providing the kind of atmosphere that is so important and so conducive for our neighbors. From these funds, over 900 homeless housing units are going to go online in the 9th by 2024, and that's just right around the corner. In addition, I'm opening 3 interim shelters, which are going to bring nearly 350 beds to our community, to ensure that anyone in need of a place to lay their head will have one. We got to get folks off the streets. We got to get them off the streets. The 110 freeway runs the spine of our district from Manchester up to Adams. We've got about 500 neighbors living on the overpasses, under the end of the freeway. Families, men, women, and sometimes kids. It's just an intolerable, unacceptable situation. We got to do more. We got to do better. Today, as we gather at this inauguration ceremony and housewarming to celebrate the naming of the Etta James, again, we're going to be working toward creating new paths toward building a brighter future for some of our most vulnerable citizens. Right? We recommit to solving the homelessness crisis, and in every development, and every bed, every unit brings us much closer to that objective. But we can't do it alone. We need the continued support from the private sector. And the Etta James, again, is a prime example of just how the public and private sector can work collaboratively. And so we've seen from this remarkable team that we can replicate this, and as we've already begun doing. So throughout LA, we're gaining momentum to combat homelessness, and I'm excited to add the Etta James to the inventory of the thousands of affordable housing units that are be coming online right here in CD9. This new complex is going to serve as a place where neighbors will not only have a stable place to rest, but they'll also be afforded a healthy and supportive environment where they can live independently with dignity and service. So it brings me great honor to say that to all the residents here at the Etta James, welcome home. At last. At last. Okay, well, hold on. Let me finish my comment, and then we'll unveil. But I just had to say it again. At last. Yeah, some of you know what I'm talking about. As a council member of the district, I invite our newest residents to get in touch with my office should you have any questions, any issues, any concerns, any problems, or any ideas about how we can better allocate and provide resources, not only for your needs, but you may know of someone else, family, a friend, or another neighbor who needs help, and we want to be there for them as well. My office is right down the street on 43rd in Central Avenue. But again, to our partners, I just want to again say thank you. Thank you for your commitment to serve our community. Thank you for your willingness to step up to the plate, put your money where your mouth was, and thank you for doing everything to make sure the impossible is possible. Because working together, we can do that. And let me just give a shout out to my staff, Sherilyn, who worked tirelessly on this project. Dee, Joel is here, Dee is here, and we just want to say that we are totally supportive of this project. We're excited to be here with you today, and we know that this is just another step in the kinds of programs and projects that we need to do to make sure that our district, our community, is livable and is a place where people can enjoy not only themselves but their neighbors and friends in a way that really makes a difference. So again, thank you. Welcome home at the Etta James.
Let me introduce Cush Simpson. Come on up, Cush. He's a resident in the building and is a client of homeless health care.
Well, let me just say hello to everyone.
Hello.
Thank you all for being here today. I just want to say one little thing about, as a resident here, my journey through homelessness over a long period of time, because it was tied to such a addiction, substance abuse addiction, and a history of incarceration. Arriving at this point in my life, I just try to share with the other residents that live here with me that this isn't so much an ending as it is an opportunity for a beginning. And over the years, I've seen homeless people who get the benefit of shelter, a roof over their head, and they just want to lay down and continue to be addicted, continue to have behaviors that mimic homelessness, even with a roof. But my message is that this opportunity to have housing, which if you're homeless, it's almost impossible to go forward until you get housing in a meaningful way. And then once you achieve that housing, it behooves each and every one of us to do something with it, because it's life-changing. And it is really all about life. It isn't just about getting a roof here or a roof there or being here or being there. It's about that roof providing each of us an opportunity to move forward with our life and have a more meaningful and productive life. And for those reasons, I'm so thankful.
Thank you, Kush. And I'd like to have Samantha Martinez from our Board of Directors come up.
Can I put this down? Thank you, Kush. Well, on behalf of the Board of Homeless Healthcare Los Angeles, I want to thank all of our partners for making this project possible. I want to thank RMG Housing. I want to thank SDS Capital, and of course Homeless Healthcare LA, and we couldn't have done it without the incredible support of our Councilman Curren Price. I've been on the board for quite a while, so I can say this. For decades, our board has recognized the importance of affordable housing, and we are thrilled to partner with RMG and SDS to create more affordable units for the community, for the city, for the state, I guess. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here today and for making today possible. Thank you, Mark Casanova, Tim Roth, Debbie La Franchi, Councilman Curren Price, and Kush Simpson. You know, we need all kinds of public and private solutions to address our homeless crisis here in Los Angeles. And this project is a model that I'm so excited can be replicated, is being replicated, and hopefully will be replicated by others to help address homelessness and to add housing units and add services for our communities. And at Homeless Healthcare LA, we are especially proud and honored to work with the men and women who are finding Etta James to be their home. We welcome you home at last, and we're pleased to be working with you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Homeless Healthcare LA, and all of our partners on behalf of the board. Thank you.
Well, I think that's it. You got any questions? That's it. I think we're done. We should unveil. Here we go.